Tonight, we journey deep into the shadows of North Texas, into a forest where the trees sing to listen, where the air grows heavy, and where something ancient still walks beneath the moon. This is the full story of Goatman's Bridge, a place of disappearances, of red eyes in the dark, of voices calling your name when no one is there. Tonight, you will hear everything from the beginning to the horrors still happening today. Welcome to the legend of Goatman's Bridge. Before the monster, there was a man. His name was Oscar Washburn, a black goat farmer living near Denton County in the late 1800s. Locals called him the Goatman, not out of mockery, but respect. Oscar raised the finest goats anyone had ever seen. Strong goats, healthy goats, animals so well cared for that buyers traveled miles for his meat and milk. He lived a peaceful life with his wife Emma and their children. But peace was fragile. A group of violent, hateful men resented Oscar's success, resented his confidence, resented the sight of a black man thriving. One hot summer night, they stormed into his home, dragged Oscar toward old Alton Bridge, tied a rope around his neck, and pushed him over the edge. But when they looked down, Oscar was gone. The rope swung empty. Some of the men swore they saw something in the darkness. Horns, eyes, a shape moving faster than anything human. They ran back to Oscar's house, but Emma, the children, and every goat had vanished. From that night forward, old Alton Bridge was never the same. After Oscar's disappearance, the stories began. Farmers found enormous hoofprints near their barns, so large they didn't match any known animal. Trees were clawed open, deep vertical scratches, as though a creature sharpened its nails on the bark. Others saw a towering figure pacing the bridge at night, a shadow with long horns and glowing red eyes. The locals whispered it quietly at first, then more boldly. Oscar had returned, but not as a man. Something had fused with his spirit, something darker, something ancient, a force that walked the line between ghost and demon. Years later, a drifter named Hal Jenkins came through town. Hal was fearless, or so he claimed. He slept in old graveyards, walked alone through storm-torn mountain trails. He wasn't the type to run from shadows. In a local tavern, he heard whispers about Goatman's Bridge. He laughed. "A ghost?" he scoffed. "Show me." So that night, Hal walked toward the bridge. The moonlight barely pierced the canopy. The woods felt tight, as if they were closing in on him. Halfway down the trail, Hal heard it. Hoofsteps, slow, heavy, deliberate. He turned. Nothing. He stepped forward. The hoofsteps followed. Hal gripped his hunting knife. "Show yourself!" he shouted. Silence. Then a low voice whispered his name. Hal. Red eyes appeared beneath the bridge. Two burning coals in the darkness. A massive figure pulled itself up. Claws first, then horns, then the towering, hunched body of something not built for this world. Hal ran. Branches whipped his face. Roots tore at his boots. But he never stopped. By morning, he was gone, left town without a word. He told one person on his way out, "The Goatman is real."
Over the decades, the legend changed. It became ritual. Locals said the Goatman tests anyone who steps onto his bridge. Test 1. The hoof steps. If you hear footsteps behind you and you turn around, the Goatman takes you. Test 2. The whisper. If he calls your deepest fear and you run, he will chase you into the forest and you will not make it out. Test 3. The name. If you speak his name aloud, Goatman, Goatman, he will appear behind you. Teenagers dared each other to try it. Some came back terrified, others injured. A few simply vanished. Officials blamed accidents. Locals knew better. As ghost hunting became popular, Goatman's Bridge attracted thrill seekers. One group, the Nightshade Explorers, captured something horrifying. At 2:17 a.m., their night vision camera filmed a tall figure behind them on the bridge. It didn't walk, it glided. Its legs bent backward like an animal's. Moments later, a deep voice whispered on microphone, "Leave." The temperature dropped 20 degrees. Every battery drained. One investigator said something grabbed his arm so tightly it left bruises shaped like long fingers. They ran, and the last frame of their footage captured a shadow standing still at the end of the bridge, watching them flee. One autumn night, 5 college students visited the bridge. They didn't believe the stories, not yet. A boy named Kyler shouted, "Come on, Goatman, show yourself." His friends laughed nervously, but the laughter died. The wind stopped. The insects went silent. The forest held its breath. Then a massive splash beneath the bridge, as if something huge burst from the water. The planks shook, dust drifted upward. A shadow rose slowly from the creek bed. Water streamed off it in sheets. It stood taller than a man. Horns curled from its skull. Red eyes opened. Tyler froze. Then he ran. They all ran. And the last frame of their footage captured a shadow standing still at the end of the bridge, watching them flee. Tyler never spoke about that night again.
Ask the older residents, and they'll give you different answers. Some say the Goatman is Oscar Washburn's spirit, twisted by hatred and violence. Others say the creature is a demon, something ancient awakened by bloodshed. A few insist it is older still, a guardian of the land turned vengeful. But the oldest stories, the ones whispered after dark, say this: the Goatman doesn't need you to believe in him. He only needs you to speak his name. Old Alton Bridge is closed to cars, but people still walk it, especially thrill seekers. During the day, it feels harmless, almost peaceful. But at night, everything changes. Visitors report the smell of sulfur, or hooves tapping softly behind them, or the sound of breathing, slow and heavy, just over their shoulder. Some see a shadow at the far end of the bridge. Others watch their cameras malfunction. A few hear a voice whispering their name from the darkness under the planks. If you ever find yourself standing on Goatman's Bridge at night, remember these rules. Do not call his name. Do not mock him. Do not look over the edge if you hear something splash. And never, ever turn around if you feel breathing behind you. The Goatman watches first, judges second, acts last. And once he chooses you, the bridge will not let you go. The legend of Goatman's Bridge continues to grow, fueled by fear, fueled by curiosity, fueled by every person who speaks his name, including you. Because listening to this tale, remembering this voice, acknowledging the creature who haunts the bridge, gives him strength. So tonight, when the lights go out and your room grows quiet, listen closely. If you hear hoofsteps or a whisper calling your name, don't panic. Just remember, the Goatman loves being remembered, especially after dark.